Hare Krishna, welcome to the Dham podcast, your favorite Hare Krishna lifestyle podcast. I am your host, Prema Rupa, and that's it. It's just me today. No Narayan, no Sudevi today. I know they're the highlight of of these videos. What's going on is that it is the month of Kartik. Starting from October 10th, ending on November 8th. And so they needed to take time off from shooting. There's always so much going on during Kartik, and they want to take a little breather, which is fine. But I didn't want to lose touch with you all. I just wanted to let you know what was the situation there. And also, even though the podcast is temporarily on hiatus, I will be making a video every day for the month of Kartik. Just a little 1-minute reel for you guys, because I just wanted to try something different. Because Kartik is it's honestly, this is my favorite time of year. To be frank, to be real. The air it's finally starting to get cooler, and here at the temple, we observe, among Vaishnavas, we call this Damodar, the month of Damodar, or Damodar Mas. And this is the time of year where we remember how Krishna had this pastime of being tied up, or the attempt to be tied up by Mother Yashoda to the grinding mortar. So on this day, we all offer these ghee lamps in the temple to the deities of Mother Yashoda and Damodar, and to the temple deities, and it's just like such a beautiful night, everything's all dark, and it's so intimate feeling, and we offer it, and it's just lit by the lamps that devotees offer, and it's just such a beautiful mood, and I really love this time of year. So I don't blame them for taking the time off. I take time off too. But I really wanted to share my experience of this month with you guys, because I have a lot going on too. And Kartik, interestingly enough, so Kartik is Krishna's favorite time of year. So that kind of is what makes it an auspicious month. And also, this is the time of year where people tend to make vratas, or vows. So I was kind of thinking about that, like I really wanted to make a vow. I've only made a vow one time in all the years that I've celebrated Damodar Mas, Kartik, whatever you want to call it, once. I had decided for the entire month I was only going to eat Ekadasi prasad. And for those of you who don't know, Ekadasi, when you follow Ekadasi, which comes once every 2 weeks, you don't eat grains or beans. So that really limits what you eat. And even there are certain vegetables and certain spices you don't eat. And I remember it wasn't too bad. I felt bad for the people that had to cook for me or whatever, or wanted me to come over and eat their food. It was sorry, I'm observing this vow. And it was great. I remember the only time I really felt tempted, I would say, was toward the end, maybe 3 days before I was invited to a wedding. And the prasadam, man, the spread looked so good. And I'm just sitting with everybody, and everyone's eating and enjoying themselves, and I can't eat anything, nothing. Obviously they're not gonna make something special for me at a wedding, and I wouldn't expect them or ask them to either. So anyway, so I'm sitting there, and then I'm sitting across from a friend, and I was like, well, maybe I could eat a rasgulla, because a rasgulla is just basically it's just paneer, and it's I I don't know how they make rasgullas anymore. I used to make rasgullas when I was a pujari in the temple. I haven't made it forever. What is it like? You put it in like hot syrup or something. Anyways, that's beside the point. So there was rasgullas, and I was like, well, maybe this is ekadasi. Should I just eat this? Like, should I just eat this rasgulla? And then she was like, you're already lusting over the prasadam, so you might as well break your fast. And I was kind of like, yeah? And then I was like, no, I can't do it. It was kind of rude, you know, because just because you're tempted by eating doesn't mean you should just break your fast because you're tempted, you know? Can you imagine, like, every time you're tempted by something, you just break your vows, you break your promises, you know? Nobody would be married if that was the case, right? No? Yeah, maybe? No? Okay. Anyways. So, anyway, she was so rude. It was like, you know, and I had that moment of weakness where I really just wanted to eat it, and then I was like, no, I'll eat prasadam any other time of the year. So I ended up not eating it, but I felt really proud of myself in the end, where it was like, yeah, I went a whole month only eating ekadasi. That was pretty cool. So I thought about doing something like that again. I don't know if I'm able to. I thought about doing like maybe no sweets, no carbs, but that doesn't sound like a vow. It sounds more like a diet. Like when you make a vow, it should be like an offering, you know? I'm giving this up as a sacrifice to you so that my focus isn't on gaining these items, my focus is on serving you. So I'm not gonna give up carbs, but I think I'll give up sweets because I am very focused on sweets, you know, like every time I finish editing a video, I eat something sweet. Every time I upload a video, I eat something sweet. Every time I shoot a video, I eat something sweet. I'm gonna eat something sweet at the end of this video. So yeah, I think I'll end up doing that. I'll give up sweets for a month, and maybe that'll kind of change some of my bad habits around rewarding myself with sweets. So, and I'd like to track. So the reason why I'm making the reel is because I feel like, you know, I have that. I want to do that. I'd also like to do something spiritual. I was thinking about maybe reading a chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam every day or something. And then I also just sort of wanted to make a video every day of what it's like living here, things that I'm working on, you know, like I am trying to create a podcasting studio in my house so that we can get out of Narayan's bedroom. Yeah, so I need to make a space to do that, and I'd like to document that journey as well in 1-minute segments every day and take you guys on that journey with me. And you know what? I think by posting videos every day, I'd like for us to have like a community, and I would love to know what you're up to for Kartik as well. If you have any vows, you know, common vows are, you know, abstaining from certain foods. Like I said, I'm doing sweets. I've done ekadasi before. Or maybe you'll do 1 meal a day, or maybe you'll only eat khichdi or something. Something very simple. A lot of people will donate. Donating is a big deal. Charity. Basically anything that you do during Kartik, it's amplified, right? It's an offering and it gets amplified by like thousands and thousands. One very common vow that people make is that they will offer a lamp every day at the temple. So hundreds of people were at the temple today offering lamps. Okay, I didn't know Damodar Mas started today because my calendar says tomorrow. And I was visiting a friend today, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna go home soon. She's like, why don't you offer a lamp to my deities? And I was like, well, what are you talking about? Like, it's tomorrow. She's like, no, it always starts on the full moon, and today's the full moon. And I was just like, I was gonna not eat sweets today, and I ate a bucket load of sweets today. So I offered a ghee lamp to her deities, and I like booked it to the temple with Padmavati, and we offered our our ghee lamps there. Actually, it's not ghee lamps. What we do for Kartik, because it says in some Purana somewhere that when you offer a tulsi stick, soaked in, like, you make the ghee wick and you tie it on a tulsi stick, right? And you offer that. The benefits of that is like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands more than just a regular diya. So it's just like these simple little things that you can do that you get all these blessings from. And it's just because Krishna just like loves this time of the year. Because it's his favorite. I was just reading that he loves this time of the year because one of Radharani's names is like Kartika or something like that. Like basically this month is about Radharani, so because Krishna loves Radha, it's blah 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 blah. So I hope this is making sense. But basically what I'm saying here is one of my vows. So my vows is to abstain from sweets, which I hope I'll do. I need to, I would like to read Bhagavatam every day. And I would like to document my progress with those vows with you by making videos every day. And then you can also just sort of see my boring life and what I'm up to as well. So that's kind of all I had to say about this. After this, I will have another podcast up next week that we recorded last week. But other than that, it'll be reels every day, and I hope you guys leave comments, send me messages, whatever you want to do, and let's like keep in touch and keep encouraging each other to maintain our vows, because I'm telling you get real excited in the beginning, and then toward the middle and the end, it's like, when is this over? So I'll be doing that. All right. Yeah. So anyway, we hightailed it to the temple today, and it was just really beautiful. So I got a couple clips of that to show you. So be sure to check out the links below to find out more about us. You can watch our podcast here on YouTube. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Thank you everyone for watching this show. Be good to each other, be good to yourselves, and thank you for being Dham good. Here it is, this week's Harinam. Happy Kartik, see you tomorrow.
Hare Rama